So you call getting that letter the Barton experience?
Barton, yeah, the whole thing is Barton. You know, the HSC, that engine is Barton, the other ones, the normal engines are Bryan's. And the modern engine, the MTU, is the Duran, and there's another one, VP185, which is a Didier. So they all have their own names for it now.
You said the response letter you got back was one of the best times of your life.
Well, it set you up because it's what I wanted. I mean, when it went wrong in a book in 1987, when I had sent for an ABC book and it was only 250, and of course it went into a decline about that. And then I was frightened to write to Merle, and then just suddenly in 1990 I started writing in a diary. I said, is Spartan out there? And it started to feel it again, and got the courage to write to them, and then got that. Oh, it's amazing the day that came. You know, my mum and dad had just come back from being away, and the weather was the right grey, of course, as all great times for me always come in that grey, and it's just amazing walking in, and that sort of crept in at the back of me, and while everything else was going on, it's just like nothing else is so wonderful. And I use fillet glasswork. Do you know it at all? Yeah, that goes for. It has saxophones in there. So on, and yeah, but that feeling, never come again. I mean, I knew on the Saturday, I remember listening to that works, and I said to myself, this will never come again. And it never has. I knew it would never happen again. No. There's one shot, you get one go at these, and that's it. It's so special. I mean, normal people wouldn't even think about that, but it's so special. And that is a bit like Linley. It produces that red colour, same feeling. It produces that incredible red or pink colour hue that goes over everything. It's so sad though, because it'll never happen again.
I think the music's sad, really sad, but it's also really beautiful as well.
Yeah, you know, for Philip Glass.
I've heard.
Yeah, so it has the two saxophones.
I'm going to Google
it. And then the other one. That's the one more like falling asleep, you know. It's when you've got what you want, and then you're just going into that absolute ecstasy when you just fall asleep.
That chord change made it. Then, you know, when it went down.
You don't have a CD here, do you?
No.
No, because I have it in the car, but I could have heard it. Absolutely gorgeous piece of music, though.
It says here, in the 1990s, you moved on to the name of O'Brien.
Hang on, where am I? 1990, yes, I picked the O'Brien there, yeah.
Why did you pick that name?
It just came into her mind, apart from John O'Brien there, it just came into her mind, it was right, I knew I had to have it.
So, who was John O'Brien?
Someday I saw that Capella that used to pack and things, and I didn't have the confidence to say much to him. He was just such a lovely person, lovely looking person. And it's just so beautiful and it's so haunting. I still think of him now, and it's so sad though.
You've got a picture of him there?
Yes, there, yeah. I'll never see him again. That was not last time I saw him was 1990. That'll never come again.
Did you lose contact with him? Or?
Yeah, so I didn't really know him very much. I just knew him to see, and just the tone he produced was just so special. I don't know. There's very few people like that. Just a lovely, lovely person. His wife was quite nice as well. I think he moved away. I don't know where he went. Just, again, it's like Mr. Rain and all these other things. They have this special tone that only I seem to be able to see. It's not anything as mundane as going out with them or anything. It's a living tone. It's like a presence in the air. It shimmers in the air. It's an energy source. And the name sometimes is vibrant. You know, the vein. You can often see the name rippling in the sun, and hear those lovely sounds. You know. So sort of crying for the last time. Sad, these things. I don't know what it is. I'm the only team to have this. Nobody else seems to. Nobody else has any idea what I mean, though.
I can pick up the sadness in your playing.
Yeah.
And why it's like this. It goes through.
Yeah.
It goes through you,
Yeah.
from you, through you,
Yeah.
into the. Yeah, music's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Suddenly you go, nothing happening more, and then suddenly you're there. it's finished, you know, just...
Is that one of your pieces?
Yeah, just to think about it, yes.
That's what you just think about there?
Yes, and
There's a
something
beautiful change there.
something that just that wash of vibrance, of sadness, bright, very, very bright, sad colours. You know, the sadness. Red is incredibly sad. It's an incredibly sad colour. People go on about it's angry, but I don't see it like that. Yeah. I see it as a blazing, vibrant, beautiful sadness. It cries.
Whereas you said grey is a...
Grey is very content. It's very beautiful, but it's content. There's the blue, and when you go into blue, and the light blue is so beautiful, and then we're married up to the sun, the colour of the sun.
What about the name Brackenbury?
Oh yeah.
The change from Alan to Brendan.
Yeah, well, I chose Brendan and wanted that. Well, I didn't really actually use Brendan, of course it was now Darnell, but I didn't use Brendan properly till 1991. I suddenly decided when I was changing to something, I'm going to be Brendan. As I walked up the stairs, I decided that was it, and it stayed on that. Which is great, but then of course in 2007 another Darnell appeared, and that just appeared out of nowhere. It just appeared. It was just there. Incredibly powerful name. I know Brendan's lovely, but he hasn't much chance against Darnell. And then also that name in a way shafted me, because in 2008, I don't know if you saw Big Brother at all. You don't remember that, do you? The Darnell Swallow was on it. I mean, that was as though that was deliberately done, that to target me. I said at the beginning of the year, I said to somebody that something in this year is going to put that name. It's going to absolutely make me distraught with that, and of course there it was. I don't know how I know sometimes. Now it's all right because I'm Darnell anyway, but at that time I was only Brendan, and you know. But that's the same thing. The mind goes tight. I feel like death warmed up. You know, it's very close to another nervous breakdown.
What about the early 90s, mid 90s?
That wasn't very not too much really. There was nothing very much going on there. 96, hang on. 94 was nice. I was working at Brentwood, playing at ballet classes on keyboard, and I enjoyed that. I did enjoy 94, but then 95, the old depression started again. I started this nonsense about picking pieces of paper up, seeing if it was about the HFT on the trains on it, and that got progressively worse till 96 when it full breakdown again, number 4. It took 6 months to clear that. That was a horrible, horrible thing, that.
So you said before that you used to pick up...
Yeah, checking. I've had it twice, that. Yeah, checking. You know, if you see rubbish on the floor, you don't just think it's a crisp packet. You have to pick it up and make sure that there's no information about anything on there. And it sounds a bit bizarre and sounds a bit silly, but when you get that going, really get that going, it's the most hideous thing you've got to do. And at the moment I'm getting it on house signs and house numbers, and worried it says the 40 is 4,000 horsepower or something. It's ridiculous, but I have to keep going back to look at it, and people see it, you know, see me doing this peculiar OCD all the time. As I said, I mean, if it's either I'm worried about going back to Dooley, or I'm worried about the car that I want, or I'm worried about the trains or something, but I never seem to be happy. I'm always worrying about something. And I just wish I could have made more of life and done something worth remembering, instead of just being a total waste.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I feel I've done nothing. I feel I've been a disappointment to most people, but most of all myself. That's why I always say that now.
Is that through friends or career, or?
I don't know. It's just the mind isn't right, and I've never had any real luck in anything. I don't know. I seem to be born unlucky. Never had anything good. Nothing good ever happens to me. Or if anything does good, something does happen that's nice, like the HSC thing there. What happens? And they get your name 2 days, about 3 weeks down the line, you're made redundant. So I can never actually have the things. If I have anything, the trap door will open and the noose will be round the neck before I know it, and I'm back in the hell, and I never get away from disappointment. I just wish somehow I could break from that and make some success with what I do. I feel I have so much to offer, and I can't get the connections to do anything with it.
In '98, your father got ill?
Yes, and it just went on from there, for 98, 99, all around there. We just gradually got worse, and it went into a nursing home in about 2000 or so, which was better for him, but yeah, I don't know, he wasn't very well. And I think there were 1 or 2 issues with discipline or something. Somebody was bullying him or something, I think. I don't know what was going on, really. It was just all very sad, really, and then just eventually got so ill in 2002, all he could do was lie and do that. That's all he could do, and they sort of withheld food, which sounds terrible, but I think they decided to let him slip away there.
What about your mum? How did she cope with that?
Oh, well, I don't know. The point is, when in 2003, when I was out working at the Prologue, she masked it so well I didn't know. She said she was actually going through absolute hell when I was in it. Her wife going out will work and coming back, and she was fine, but she was actually masking it. She was going through an absolute hell with that. And then in 2004, then her back started. She started to bow. Her back started to go, and I don't know. And then they went to the hospital when she had pain with a trapped nerve, and then they said that her foot had dropped. And then when we came back that day, the July the 7th it was, they sat in the garden, and I feel she gave up there. I still look at the chair and think about it. I feel she gave up. She was never right again, really. She struggled on. I don't know. She was in Walnut Tree numerous times, and they were very helpful, and they did what they could for her, but it was just a gradual progression to nothing, really. She couldn't do anything, and then she would stop. She wouldn't eat enough, and she wouldn't drink any water. It's just so sad to see somebody you love just fade away into nothing. I mean, I watched her fade away for 8 years. It's not something you really want to do. So desperately, and that doesn't help. I mean, the sadness of watching somebody you love fade away. I don't know. And then it's been all right since that, I suppose. I've been enjoying where I live and everything. I enjoy doing all that. But I do miss living at Leavenheath an awful lot. I know it keeps coming up all the time, but that difficulty is coming up too many times at the moment.
What about jobs in 2000s? Were you working at all?
No, I can't get any work. Nobody will take me on now. I've given up with it. I don't bother looking anymore. I've sort of given up because no one wants a 56-year-old with six nervous breakdowns and only 10 years from retirement. Nobody's interested anymore now.
Would you like to work?
Yeah, I'd love to do something, yeah. I'd preferably like to have something to do with music every day that I can just be useful and do something and hopefully make some decent money, because that's what I really would like to do, make some decent money. I've been struggling with nothing for too long. I'm just tired of it. I really would like to get some of the luck other people get. I have such a disappointing life altogether, really.
What about your typical week now? What does it consist of?
Well, as far as walking goes, it's 56. I walk 56 miles a week every week, right the way around the year. So every morning I have 7 miles to walk Monday to Saturday, and 2 on Sunday, and then I have 2 miles on Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, to Thursday and Saturday as extra, and then 1's on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, which gives you the 50, and another 3 on the Sunday, which gives you the 56 miles. And I enjoy doing that. I really do like having something to do, but when I'm out walking, I'm constantly thinking that I need to get some decent earnings, need to get some money there. I'd like to be useful instead of just sitting withering, rusting away, waiting for the torch. I'd really like to have something to do there, instead of just being left on their own in the yard with the healthy weeds growing through you and just fading away, just rusting away. I don't want that, really. I'd like to be able to do something.
In an ideal world, what would you be doing?
Well, I'd hopefully get some sort of session playing that I can do music all the time, almost, or a lot of the time. It doesn't have to be every minute, but something like that. I would like to record some music and try and get a record out and see if we can get something that way. But I seem to be blighted with bad luck all the time. I can't seem to get away from it. I seem to be born unlucky. I mean, I'm not expecting everything to fall into place, but nothing ever falls into place. I never get anything. I never get a shot at anything. I've never even had a shot at something and then it's faded away. I've never had anything. And yet you listen to some of the claptrap on the radio and they think they don't know one note from another, and they're making millions out of it, and that doesn't affect me, though. It really does, though. Sometimes I have to put it off. Sometimes I can't listen to it. And this Britain's Got Talent and a lot of claptrap. I mean, they're not. There must be better things than that. And like The Voice, I mean, there must be better people than that on it.
Totally agree.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people that can play that just like the other things that just can't get anything, can't get anywhere.
What's your full name at the moment?
It's I think what it is. Darnell, Rain, Deliciana, Brendan, Lascelles, Simpler, Darnell, and unofficial Sasha, and then O'Brien, Dula, to Bracken, Dubioli, Della Meads. So it's a triple barrel surname, 38 letters. And the stage name is Darnell Sayer. If I haven't used that, but that's what I'd like to do, so have a simple name for the stage name as well. Either Rain Sayer or Darnell Sayer.
Can you explain your dating system?
Well, it used to go around the terms at Trinity, so the Michaelmas term is Rodney, so it starts from there, and which goes right through to 15, which gets to Christmas, and then it goes into Kevin, which is now 12 weeks, and the clock's changed on the 12, and then it goes on to the Cedar for 4 weeks. So it's four weeks for this Cedar, then it's Dan for another 12, and then John for 9, so it makes the whole year. So, and then the numbers are, the first number is the week number, like the 4th week, 5th week, and the second number is the day, 1 to 7. So for instance, that bit where I was doing this, that bit where we were doing before is R3 581, which I always refer to as R3 581, so I know where it is, that's where it was. So. And it seems to work for me, that, I have it all in that way, so I know where they are.
What is your happiest memory?
I think it has to be 1974, those 4 weeks when it was on summer break. Those 4 weeks. Yeah, no, definitely that, yeah. It just felt so special. It was royal, I call it, you know, it's a really special, beautiful thing, that.
Can you explain the Barton experience, the Linley effect, Arnold?
Yeah. Which one do you want?
What are they? How would you describe?
Which one do you want? Which one are you going for? Because they're different.
We'll go for the Barton experience.
Oh well, that's just to get that train on that 2400. It just introduced this red tone, this pinky red tone into everything, which wrapped itself around everything, so everything became that colour. And of course, it also had to make sure that it stayed like that, you know. And I was always worried, what if it says it isn't, and so on. But the feeling of it is just.
And everything about that you call the Barton experience.
Yes, and then the same similar idea with Linley, but then Arnold is a different type, totally different type of thing. That's based on memories of something that you love very dearly that finished there. You know, and I left that bit of school behind, and very, very special feeling. I don't know what it is. It's more than the school. It's more than the effect is more than the sum total of the bits. It was something very, very peculiar, very, very beautiful. I'll never get it again, and I see it in numerous ways now. I mean, I can still reproduce it in different ways.
Is there anything else you want to say, or about your life, about where you want to be?
Well, I just like to do something with the life, to actually somebody to say we actually did anything useful, instead of just being a waste, instead of just being just basically a total waste. I'd like to do something serious that people know me by, and decent money, and be respected for it, and enjoy what I'm doing. That's all I want.
Did when you were was it tested for autism?
Yes, 2011 that was, yeah.
Did that answer any questions to why?
Excuse me.
Do certain things, or?
I suppose so, yes, but I've always known that I do these sort of things. But I mean, I do them, and you know, and they often say there was a book out about 2000, so why does Chris do that? I don't know if you've never heard of that. But it's about autism, but I always have my own line. Chris did it because Chris wanted to do it, and that's what I do. If I want to do it, he'll do it, and not you know, and to hell with it. It's going to be done, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say.
Because I have when I walk, I go over a bit of grass, and normally I go there and I go back, but on the fifth one I go there, back, and that. Yeah. Mainly because I want to wear the grass, because I like to see it worn, but I have to do it like that, and you know, and I see people think, well, what will they say? And say, no, if you're going to do it, you'll do it. You do it. No, never mind. You just do it. That's just how I do it. You know, I'm determined. If I want to do it, I'll go there. You know, that's what I do.
Yeah, you know, just because people are diagnosed with autism, Asperger's, they're still individuals and do their own.
Yeah, see, I have HFA, which is similar to Asperger's, but not quite the same.
What's that stand for?
High functioning autism. Right. The common trait of that is a slow speech, which I had. Which until I was diagnosed, I didn't actually know that was a trait of HFA. I just like to do something with my life and be a success for a bit, that's all. So that I can put all these ideas and these colours into some sort of way that people can actually see it, and I can say, well, this is what I do, you know. And this is what it is, and are there any other people out there that do that? I'd like to do that, have connection with other people and see what colours they produce. Because it's always going to be different. Every autistic person's different.
anything final, any conclusions you want to make just before we finish?
I'd just like to be more successful and leave it at that.